Hi everybody. Today I want to talk about our Goji plant. This is a very cold tolerant plant rated for zone 3, which is great for our cold climate here in Calgary. It does like to be in full sun. This particular plant we put in August of 2019 and it has not fruited yet. It's in its third year and I'm hoping that maybe next year we see some flowers and it will fruit. But it could take a little bit longer, even still 5 years or more, before this plant starts fruiting. So technically it's a bush or shrub, but it grows kind of like a vine, as these stems can grow very long, 2.5 to 3 meters tall. And you can see over the seasons we have woven these stems through this lattice structure here, and it'll fill out as we weave more. Now, I have taken cuttings of this plant last year, and you can see, for example, I zoom in here, you can see I took a cutting right here, and the plant just split into 3, and we'll take more cuttings. You're not supposed to take cuttings at this time. We're right at the end of June. It's really not a good time to take cuttings, but we're not producing any fruit right now on this plant, so it's not a problem. And you're supposed to take a cutting in the late fall, early winter, or early spring. But like I said, there's no fruit, and I found that this plant propagates very nicely, very easily, and I will show now how we can go ahead and do that. So I'm going to be pruning more so on the back side of this, because I want the front stems that are growing here to be trained to go up this lattice. So we're going to take cuttings from the back, and why don't we take a cutting from here? This is the one that we did last year, and we'll take more cuttings. So what I will do now is I'll just simply cut it again, and let's see what happens. I'm going to cut it here, and if all 3 of these will split again in 3, I'm just going to simply cut them. 1, 2, and 3. It's a lot easier to do with 2 hands and not holding the camera. So I'm going to put the camera down. So I got these 3 long stems here, and these are much too long to do anything with. We're going to cut these down even shorter, and I'm hoping to propagate about 6 to 10 plants for next year. So I'm going to cut it again, and you want to keep just a few nodes on. See here, we've got these nodes. You want to keep a few of these. This is probably much too long, but I have a lot here, so I'm going to cut another one. And remember, this is the top, so you don't want to put this side down. I have a glass of water here. I'm going to put the bottom down, and I do this now because I don't want to mix up what is top and what is bottom. So I'll do another cutting here. Put this in the glass. So the first step is just to cut all these up, and like I said, I've had very good success with propagating these. Unlike some other plants, this one has been just a delight to propagate. Speaking of difficulties, this plant hasn't shown any issues with pests or diseases. Maybe because there hasn't been any fruit, I'm not sure. But it has been pretty easy going. We haven't had a single pest on it, which is hard to believe because in Calgary there seems to be every possible bug in the world that wants to eat all your plants. But it seems the Goji is spared. We'll see. Maybe we'll find some kind of bug that will start eating this. So you see I have a lot of cuttings here. This is much more than I actually want, and maybe I'll give away some of these. Now I'm just going to leave these in the cup for a number of weeks, and you can add root hormone at the bottom, but it's not a big deal. I haven't. Just put them in a cup of water with the bottom set down, and they will root. We'll put them in the greenhouse, make sure that the glass is always full of water. In a couple of weeks we'll transplant them. But quickly, one other thing is we don't want to have all these many leaves. We just want some leaves at the very top. So at the bottom, I'm going to go through all of these stems, and I'm just going to break off all of these leaves until we get to the top. Leave just a couple. The plant does not need this many leaves at this point. We want the plant not to lose moisture, so I will just leave a few here. We don't want the plant to lose moisture from the leaves, and we want it to concentrate making roots. So I will now go through all of the cuttings I've made, and they're already in the jar, and get rid of all the bottom leaves, just so we give it a better chance of succeeding. Now that is about it when it comes to goji. Hopefully make an update, I guess, in some time, and we'll see how well they have rooted, and we'll do some transplanting. Until then, see you next time. Bye bye.